Hey guys, it's Deb Warren here, WeBuyHouses.com with
Mike Van Orden.
Mike. How you doing, man?
I am fantastic. And
I'm doing fantastic
I can
myself.
tell you're rather chipper today.
I have no complaints.
For some reason.
Well, we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics,
I know.
which is AI in REI. AI in real estate investing.
Artificial intelligence.
It's artificial. Some people say I am artificially intelligent, and
I don't. Have someone said that? I guess I missed that part. Anyway,
ChatGPT said that about me.
Oh,
it said,
I got it.
You,
I got it.
sir, are
Okay.
artificially intelligent.
Okay.
Which was a compliment coming from ChatGPT.
Yeah, it was.
But what I wanted to talk about with this thing is that, Jeremy Brandt, our CEO, was recently on Tim Harridge's podcast.
Great interview.
I think it's called Uncontested Investing.
Uncontested Investing.
And,
it's like an hour interview. It's
it
really
was
good.
a great interview,
Yep.
and Jeremy talks about AI. So if you haven't seen that, we'll have the link down below the video, and you should check it out, or we'll send it to you.
Yeah,
Mike will send it to you.
Whatever.
But kind of got me thinking about where are we in this AI thing, and how is it going to affect our business of real estate investing? And watch Jeremy's video to kind of get a really in-depth rundown. We're going to spend like 2 or 3 minutes on it, but what I was just thinking about, Mike, is I have been doing research in this area. I have a little side blog going on about AI and real estate. And basically kind of what I would say, I'm feeling like where we're at in this thing is that AI, if you think about what ChatGPT has done, or OpenAI with ChatGPT, they built a language model. They went back in time. They basically sucked in everything that all of us made and wrote and said over many, many, many years. And then, now ChatGPT can kind of tap into that language model and answer questions in a way that seems almost human. But really, it's being done with a model. And so as a result, I heard one person put it this way: ChatGPT doesn't really know what it's telling you. But what it's telling you is really good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have a brain that's processing this. And I think things like that. So as a result, things like content creation, man, it's like on steroids these days, guys. It's so cool. That's some of the things that we can do. I don't recommend it as, just giving ChatGPT a title and have it write a blog and just posting it. I do think it needs some editing, it needs some context. But as you start to learn how to build a good prompt for ChatGPT, the way you ask your question, the more kind of variables or conditions you put into your question, the more it understands about what you want out of it. And man, it can, one thing I found is it was writing things for me that were it sounded a little too, the word, using big words.
Well, see, it's like, it's
pretentious.
Pretentious.
It sounded a little pretentious.
And something, when you first started the conversation, you said almost human.
Yeah.
And almost, that's a huge chasm between, it can be almost human, but I think that, but you think about it though, if you're just carrying on a conversation with someone, I'm thinking more about the back and forth between individuals.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you have a language barrier, someone who may not, their first language is not English, right? The idiosyncrasies, the nuances, there's just so much going on that I don't know if it'll ever be.
That's right. Well, so one of the tricks I found out that I would do when I was trying to get it to write something for me, and I didn't necessarily like word choice for some of the just the way it sounded.
Right.
Is I would say write this for a 5th grader or an 8th grader, and it really brings down the pretentiousness and puts it more in kind of a common man's or common kid's language or whatever. And so I think there's little things like that. So like in content creation, using tools like ChatGPT, it's just amazing what we've been able to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go ahead and admit this. I don't know if I was going to admit this, but the conference that we're having this year, our 10th anniversary conference in Las Vegas, ChatGPT came up with the theme for the conference. I had a conversation and I was
actually
telling
pretty
it
good.
things,
Yeah.
and it gave me a couple, and then I said something, and then all of a sudden it came up. It wasn't exactly building on a decade of transformation
from scratch,
but no, it gave me something that said a decade of transformation.
And it's like,
it was kind of cool.
When you have a template of something, right? Like you've got you need an outline. I think that it could be a huge benefit to kind of get in a linear fashion when you're putting something together, because sometimes the hardest thing is just coming up with the construct of something.
Yeah.
The outline. So
or just
what are we going to talk about?
Like what I found with ChatGPT is it's like having another person in the room. Hey, Larry, what do you think? And that person, may have worked for 15 years at Procter & Gamble doing marketing, and they answer this question, and it's like, whoa.
No, for
so
sure.
it is really neat. So topic number one was, we are using it to do content development and getting better at it, and I think part of it is us just learning to use it better. The second area, I think Jeremy talks about this a bit in the video, is that we're solving technical problems with it as well. So think about languages other than English and Spanish and Russian and all the other languages that we might speak. There's languages of computers, programming languages, JavaScript, whatever, and Perl. And guess what? ChatGPT knows every one of those things. And so you can. And I have watched our tech guys do it, where they'll say, "Hey, give me a script that does this, this, and this," and it spits out, and they'll make a few changes, and that's code. That's good code. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and I think also, a little off topic, but I think in the medical field, I was reading some articles where they can go back over decades and look at different surgeries that were done and different outcomes, and just being able to compile all that data in a very short period of time. When it comes to treating cancer or, even heart disease and those type things, it's pretty amazing what they can do with it. So anyway.
So what I was going to mention, I guess as chapter 3 of this 3-chapter talk about AI, is what I think it's not doing for us yet that I want it to do, and I wanted to speak to why I want it to do that. One of the things that I've dealt with on my blog about this was this idea that some people feel like AI is ultimately going to replace us somehow. And one of the things that I really want AI to be able to do is to answer a phone call and have a conversation and ask 4 questions. Like why are you selling your house? What condition is it in? What's your price expectation? What's your timing? Just have a dialogue with somebody, and based upon those 4 questions, I know if I'm talking to a motivated seller or not. And then this conversational AI thing I'm talking about could then say, hey, it sounds like you're a good match for our solution. Hang on just a second. Let me get Mike on the line, or bring in the human. And so the idea there is not to replace the human, but to basically allow you to scale your business as if you had 20 front-level reps that could qualify people to get to your second level.
And it frees up so much time. And, when you think about it, because, AI doesn't get COVID, and so I mean there are certainly some advantages, but when it comes right down to it, when you're to the negotiation with the seller and all those types of things, it's a different animal.
We are not there yet. We don't yet have AI that can really effectively do this. I've seen some. Believe me, I'm looking for it because I'm very interested in being a pioneer and setting up an AI that can kind of do that first level conversation. A couple of things I think that are gonna that are holding us back, or that might be the things that we need to get past, is number one, that the AI that we have today, and we kind of talked about this earlier, is just built on a language model. And so you've got to train the AI for your specific task. And so to ask these 4 questions and what it might do with the various answers that it
Right.
gets. So if you think about training AI, there's this general AI, which is just going out and learning everything. And then there's this more specific type of AI training that would be kind of on the task that you have, what you might train an employee. Like a new employee walks
Right.
in, they have general knowledge. They just don't know your business
Right.
yet. And so you want to train them in the business. So we need to get AIs that are come in with general intelligence and knowledge, awareness of the larger ecosystem of the world, but that can be trained and then with the particulars of our business.
Exactly.
I think we're going to get there in the very near future with some of the tools that
But it's exciting
taking a look at,
overall.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of potential, and I think that, like you said, it's about how you leverage it, and to build in efficiencies in business so you can scale at some point. I think will be terrific for that.
Mike, I think the one thing that will help this to come to pass or make it happen is that if you think about comparing, say, this AI we're talking about to say, in the old days we had IVR systems. And it might ask the question and then press 1 or this or 2 for that. And then later on it could could interpret what you said. And so if you called the credit card company, you're probably going to talk to a machine a little bit. But you're talking to a machine, right?
Right.
Where I think we're going with think about a virtual agent for your business. You don't want a virtual agent that's all business and no fun.
That's a good point.
And so I was reading an article, I think, or video I was watching, and the guy was just talking about what's going to make this possible is when you can ask that virtual assistant that's booking your trip or talking to you about how you want to sell your house, or you can ask that thing to tell you a joke or how's the weather there or something like that, and it can give you a clever response to that causes you to chuckle a little bit, maybe actually enjoy it. I really think that when we weave humor together with these tools, we're going to end up with something that people enjoy doing, and when they enjoy doing it, they'll easily switch to that. They won't see AI as some sort of menacing thing that's out to take away everybody's jobs. They'll see it as a way to make us each and every one of us more productive in whatever it is that we do.
Agreed.
And that's coming down the pipe. Whether you answer the phones or negotiate or do research or whatever it is that you might do in your position, AI is coming to help you.
It is.
And
It's exciting though.
It is
overall.
pretty exciting.
So
yeah,
good stuff.
It really is. That's it for today. Go out
Thanks
there
for
and learn a
sticking
little bit
around.
more about AI.
Yeah, go. Why not? Until
All right,
next time.
Take care, buddy.
See ya.
We'll see you.
Bye. Hey guys, if you're not part of WeBuyHouses.com, you probably should be, or at least get some information about what we do. So it's very easy to get a hold of me. My direct number is 817-435-4446, 817-435-4446, or you can stop it.
Your phone number is going to be right here
I know,
in
but,
post.
But I like hearing my voice. So let me
Okay,
finish.
go ahead.
So if you want to email me, you can email me. I know it's back there, but it's Mike@WeBuyHouses.com, Mike@WeBuyHouses.com. Would love to chat for a few minutes, see if you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you. And that's a wrap. That's it. Thanks for watching.
Take care, guys.
See you next time.